Hello, my dear students. In this video, I'm going to discuss a project phone number and the email address extractor, which is given at the end of the regular expression sheet. So let us first discuss what is this project about and what is it is going to give as a result. So in this project, you need to go through a large document to which you have to search for only the phone numbers and the email addresses which needs to be copied and pasted at the some other place. So if you do it manually, you have to go through the all the documents. You have to manually select every phone number and the email address and then copy it and then paste it. So this job is little tedious and which can be made very easily if you write a Python program where you can define a regular expression patterns to search for the phone numbers and the email address. Let us see how we can do it. So for doing that, first, what are the objectives that or what are the modules that you have to write in your programs are. So get the text of the clipboard, that is copy the text from the clipboard, and you have to define a regular expression pattern for all the phone numbers and the email addresses, and that needs to be pasted onto the clipboard. For doing that, what are the things that you include in the project? So you have to use the paperclip module to copy and paste the strings from the clipboard and to the clipboard. And you have to create the two regular expression patterns, one for matching the phone number and other for matching the email address. And once the regular expression has been defined, next is to you have to match or find all the matches, not just the first match or the both the regular expressions. You have to match all the possible matches by using the find all method, and you have to neatly format the match strings into a single string to paste. Display some kind of message if the no matches were found in the text. So what you need to do is you have to search for all the possible matches and that needs to be displayed, and if something is not found, you have to display some error message to indicate that no such search is found over. Now let us see how it has been done in the program here. So earlier in the earlier videos, I told you that how you can write a program to run it to the command line argument. So this project or this program also we are going to run it to the command line argument. So for which the first line of the program needs to be the hash exclamatory mark followed by the space and the Python 3. So Python 3 is for the value depending upon the version of the Python that you have installed in your system. So I have installed the third version or the 3.7, so that's why it is Python 3 here. So you require here the two modules here, the RE module in order to use the regular expression and the paperclip module in order to copy and the paste these strings from onto the keyboard. So we need to define the two regular expression patterns here. So the first regular expression pattern is for the phone number and the second regular expression pattern is for the email address. Now let us see how it has been done here. So in the earlier video itself, I told you that how best you can ignore the comments and the spaces that you can be defined in the regular expression here. So that is done with the verbose mode or the second argument that you can use in the compile method. So from here to here, this is entire thing is the part of the compile method itself. So there are the two arguments in this compile method now. The first argument being the pattern that you want to define. So from this R till the triple quotes here. So till the end of the triple quotes, it is the first argument for the compile method. So whereas the second argument is the RE verbose, just to tell that yeah, while executing this part, that is the comment lines along with the new line characters or the new spaces that has been included as a part of the regular expression pattern needs to be ignored. So let us see how we have defined the pattern here. So the pattern in the sense first, if you remember slash d is nothing but a digit. So into the flower bracket, if you take it as a 3, it says that the 3 digits are expected here, followed by pipeline operator. So if you remember, I have explained you why the pipeline or what is the significance of using the pipeline operator, and followed by you have the one more 3 digits values here. So pipeline operator is going to either match for the, or search for this pattern, or it may go for searching for the this pattern, and followed by the question mark symbol is used here. So this question mark symbol tells that this entire pattern has to appear at least once or the any number of the times here. So as the next part here, so you can see slash s will tell that the pattern is for the spaces. It may be the spaces of the anytime. So the pattern is of spaces, and again the pipeline operator, and then sorry pipe operator, and then a hyphen to be there, and again pipe operator, and next we are matching for the dot. Genuinely are meaning here dot itself. That's why it has been preceded with the backslash here. So this entire pipe pattern, this part of the pattern is going to search for the three possibilities, either of the these three possibilities, that is either space, either hyphen, either dot, followed by the one or the more occurrences. So similarly, the next part is we are going to search for the pattern for the first three digits followed by a hyphen, again the next three digits here, again followed by the either hyphen, space or the dot. So either of these three cases, if the phone number is going to, sometimes it may use a hyphen, sometimes it simply use a space, and sometimes it simply use the dot symbol. So in that cases, all the possibilities needs to be matched with this pattern. So followed by the last part is the four digits, and followed to that four digits, sometimes you might have the extension which is defined with this pattern here. So I already told you why the verbose is required here. So regarding this extension, how it is defined is number of spaces, 0 or the more occurrences of these spaces, followed by the one of these value, that is either ext x or the ext dot, and followed by the 0 or more occurrences of these spaces, and followed by a digit with 2 to 5 range. So digits may be occurring with the 2 digit, 3 digit, 4 digit or the 5 digits. So all together may appear with a one or the more occurrence here. So this kind of the pattern will be searched as a phone number from the copied text. So similarly, we have defined a pattern for even for the email address also. So which is done in the same way. So as I told you that since we are using the comment lines and the spaces within a regular expression pattern, we are required to use this RE verbose here. So as a regular expression pattern, you all of you know that how does the email address appear. So email address will start with either the alphabet, underscore, or the sum of the few characters. The combination of these special characters are going to appear over there, and the alphabets may be the either lowercase or the uppercase ranges, and even it may be followed with the digits as well. So that's the reason why all the possible values that may come in the username of the email address has been taken here. So just to tell you for what purpose it has been taken, we have taken the comment line as a username here. And you can see the plus symbol has been used to tell that minimum one or the more occurrences of this pattern should be there in the pattern. So followed by the @ symbol. So all of you know that you have the @ symbol in the any email address, and followed by the domain name. So for example, if you have the Gmail account, if you say csc python @gmail.com. So at is mandatory. After at you have the gmail.com. So to that Gmail. So whatever may be the domain name, for different websites you have the different domain names. For that you are going to use the one more set of the special characters, or you can say the character class, to tell that what may be included as a domain name. So all the possibilities that appear in this pattern is going to be considered for the domain name, and followed by a dot. So mandatorily you have the dot over there, so you can see a slash dot, so which to tell that the last part of the email address, followed by the uh, alphabets, that is for the .com, some dot something. So always it is not a .com, it may be .co, .in, it even may be some other website addresses. So in that case you may expect the alphabets with the any range, and followed by the 2 to the 4 occurrences here. So the range may be 2 to the 4 here. So this entire pattern is to tell the how the email address or what kind of email address needs to be searched from the input string. So follow to that. So now I hope it is clear that we have defined the two regular expression patterns, one for the phone number and the email address. Next we'll see what needs to be done here. So we are going to apply these two regular expressions to be searched on the text that is being copied from the some website or the some document through the keyboard. So for that you need to use a paperclip paste, for which you are going to apply these regular expression pattern. So whatever has been copied, you are going to paste it in the form of a string into the variable text here, right? So followed to that, you can see a for loop has been used. Before that, a list variable has been created known as the matches. So using the for loop, we are going to traverse across the entire string, whatever has been copied, and we are going to use the find all method because we are interested in to extract the all the values, all the matched values from the entire input document. So we are going to find for the each value, and that will be extracted. So whatever the values that will be extracted. So if you see that here we have applied the grouping for the phone number. So you can see here how many groupings are there. One grouping is a 2, 3, 4, 5, and within this you have the two more here, 6, 7, and altogether 8. So we have the 8 groupings, out of which the first grouping is the first 3 digits. So the third grouping is the next 3 digits, and the last grouping is the 4 digits. So these 3 values needs to be extracted to extract the phone numbers here. So that's why once the pattern has been found with the find all, so that value, so if you have divided it the group, you need to join it with a hyphen. So that is done with this statement here. So hyphen dot join group of 1, group of 3, group of 5. So I told you what does 1 contains. 1 contains the first 3 digits, 3 contains the next 3 digits, and 5 contains the next 4 digits, which needs to be joined with a hyphen here. The next thing is, if it is not equal to space, or if it is a blank value, if it is not a blank value, so then it is going to be concatenated with the group 8 value here. So whatever the matches that has been found, you are going to store it into the list known as a matches. So that's why the append method has been used. So for which the first match, the second match, and so on till it extracts all the matched values will be stored into this list here. The same way is even done with this email. So since we do not have the much grouping over there, so we can directly extract that, and which we are going to append it into the same list over there. Right. So the already have created the list where you have stored and where you have extracted all the matched values, and you are stored into this list here. So the next thing is that needs to be pasted in a systematic manner on the screen. So how it is done? First we'll check whether anything has been matched or not. So how we can identify that? So in order to tell that something has been matched from the input document, so the value in this match is not equal to 0. That is, in this list there is a something value. So for that we are checking whether the length of that matches is greater than 0. If it is not greater than 0, that means nothing has been matched, for which you need to display the error message as no phone numbers or the email addresses found. So something, if some values are there, that is some matching has been done and some matched values has been extracted, in that case we are going to copy that content and we are going to join with a new line. That is, all the values from that list needs to be displayed with the new line. So that's why then we are taking the for joining the new line with all the values from the matches list variable. So we have copied it using the copy method, and we are just printing it to the new line over there. So now let us see how we can execute here. So all these file I have stored it in a folder, and within the same folder, as I told you, you should have the bat file, that is the batch file, which does contains the link between the Python file and the Python execution. So in the earlier video also I have shown you what should be the content for this batch batch file. So within this content, you know that the first value is the string or the absolute path to the python.exe file. So this you will get in the folder where you have installed the Python. So as a second string value, you are going to take the absolute path of the file, Python file which you want to execute, and the name of the file needs to be the same one here. So regular phone, I have named it as a regular phone email underscore project.py, and as a second line you should have the @pause, which tells that you need to wait for a output to be seen. Now we'll see how we can execute it here. So open the command line prompt. So next change the directory or to the location. So change the location to the directory where you have stored that file. So I have stored it in this folder. So I'm going to just copy that path over here. Press enter. So you have just copied or you have taken it the absolute path of the folder where the Python file and both the bat file has been created here. So to run, before running that program, I just want you to copy the input content for which you want to do the searching. So in your textbook, they have given this website, so in which you have the few phone numbers and the email addresses here. So just control A to select, press the control A to select the all the contents, and now I am pressing the even control C as well to copy these selected content. So I have pressed the control C, which has copied here. So within this command line now, so use the py as a command to execute the Python file, py followed by the name of the file. So name of the file is regphone ale underscore project dot py. So only one argument is accepted here. Why? Because you don't have the any other arguments to be passed to this file. So whatever has been copied just now, from that copied content itself, the searching is done, and whatever the two regular expression patterns that we have designed, that will be searched and will be displayed directly here on the screen. So if I press the enter key, so you can see here copied to the clipboard. So as you can see here in this entire content, you have the so many other text over here. So this is the input content that we have given for this program. There are so many other things that we have copied, but here as a result, you can see here only the patterns that we have designed as a result are going to be displayed here. So only the phone numbers. So 800-420. See here, if even if you have the dots in between, which will be matched. Why? Because we have designed the pattern in that way. So that will be joined with a hyphen and will be displayed as a result. So followed by the rest of the phone numbers and the email addresses as well. So this is how you can use these regular expressions for searching the values from the real-time applications here. I hope the program, the logic, and even the execution is clear to you people. If you have not understood, then let me know. I'll clarify it in the interactive class. So thank you.